notification when we are live. 10 more seconds. All right, everybody, we are live. I am once again your host, Locus. Every Monday I'm here with the co-host, the wonderful professional medium. We call her Vanna. Vanna, if you want to tell a little something about yourself before we jump in.
I see dead people. No.
She's not kidding.
No.
So, yeah. We were going to start today with something else. Mikey is currently going over my what's it called? My forecast for him, my prediction for him from last week. And we're going to see how that checks out. But as I was shuffling the cards today, these 5 cards just jumped out in a way that was just, I don't know, felt a little serendipitous. So we're going to start off with a little bit of this and see what it particularly pertains to. So, first of all, and don't be shy, feel free to comment. Unless you're a weenie, then don't. First card that we got was the most misunderstood card in tarot, death, which is usually symbolic for change. This guy, he's like the Nihonjin Grim Reaper, Desu. He's clad in like gold and like shadows, but like he's got a little blue going on for him. There's black smoke. I mean, you see this guy, it's the end. It's the end. You're not getting out of this, right? So you better fucking accept it. Then we have the 3 of Swords in reverse. Now this guy has been stabbed in the back. He's not doing too well. There's a full moon behind him. It's a culmination of things. I don't know, but it's reversed. So, this next to death. I mean, like, if we're telling a story, right? Like, it's almost like, hey, bro, you've been stabbed in the back. It's time to go. And he's like, oh, man, but I don't really want to do this. I'm not really to confront the day of judgment, right? Right in the middle. Serenity. Surrender. Zen. The final word. Balance. Harmony. Look at that. It's so symmetric. My God. Alright. But, she's just chilling there, right? But what could this be? I mean, over here with this 4 of Swords in reverse, it's kind of like this is a successful assassination, right?
Yep.
But in reverse, maybe not successful.
Yeah. Upright, it looks very gruesome.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Upright, it looks very gruesome. Guy standing on a hill. He is superior. He's looking down, right, at this guy who is missing his legs, mind you. He doesn't have any legs. He's dead. He's a dead man, right? He looked pretty regal. But, he's dead. It's a failed assassination attempt. That's the way I'm seeing it, right? But then you have the 6 of Wands. Wands indicate taking action. The thought when I see this, the first thought I get is burn the fucking boats. Burn the boats. I was named after Tariq bin Ziyad, the conqueror of Spain, who burnt the boats, right? He's prepared to take torch to whatever needs taking torching to. He's got a bunch of torches to do it. Hey, he might even use these torches to like light up some fire arrows for whatever he sees in the distance. But yeah, look at this guy. He looks skilled. There's no beating this guy. There's no beating this guy. That's me.
He's pretty legit. So what I'll do is I'm actually going to go backwards, and I'm going to go through, and I'm not doing this of my own reading. I'm just going to give you what.
Before you start, hon.
Yes.
I'm letting Bluey out. I'm just having to go to the bathroom. Tariq stream also says he's playing Helldivers. I don't know how democratic this is.
Oh, right. I gotta fix
we are
that.
definitely not Helldivers.
I went to go and edit it, but I can't edit it. So I was like, all right,
Fair
I'll just
enough.
wait till you're done and tell you.
Totally not Helldivering.
Yeah,
I mean,
dude.
this would be a very weird Helldiver situation.
Yeah, dude. Hold on. Twitch.tv. Yeah, I forgot to set up.
No. I mean, she's at the shopkeeper. Like,
shut
up,
Whoa,
what's
bitch.
that? Whoa!
All right. Creator dashboard.
Crazy.
Stream manager.
Oh, you can change it when it's live? That's cool. I'm learning all kinds of new things today.
Yeah.
Yep.
Holy cow.
Especially like anteaters.
Why is that relevant though?
That's what I learned today. They're not suitable pets for most people.
I feel like they would be a suitable pet for me. That's just me though. I feel like anything could be friend. I feel like anything really could be friend. Is there a reason why?
What? That they're not suitable?
Yeah.
Oh, because of their claws. When they're annoyed or threatened, they stand up on their hind legs. They use their tail as a tripod, and they kind of do the little. They just flail their claws in front. So
they're like Bluey, but an anteater.
Yeah, except you one touch, you get gutted.
All right.
Okay. Sorry, we went on a tangent about anteaters while you were.
All good. I mean, anteaters are hot now, so you know.
They're the in animal.
Yeah, dude.
They're quite brutal.
Absolutely.
So brutal.
All right.
I feel like we should totally just have anteaters everywhere. I'm just saying.
Okay. All right. So you were gonna read them backwards.
Yeah, so I was going to read them to you, but I'm going to read them to you in a very strange way.
Okay.
So tell me that last card, it's 7 of Wands, if I remember correctly.
7 of Wands, yes.
Okay, so I'm going to give you the 3 words. Perseverance, defensive, and maintaining control.
Huh.
With the affirmation of, I defend my boundaries. So it's the protecting of the self.
Interesting. Okay, so I kind of got that right to a certain extent.
Yeah. No, wait, holy. Do you want me to turn off the filter so Blue can be on the camera? Is now my question. So we have a dog who reads with me apparently.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So this is Bluey. He's empathic, it seems. Okay, and then tell me it's 4 swords of reverse, right? Reverse 4 swords? Sorry.
Yeah, reverse 4 of swords.
Beautiful. So in the upright, this upright description actually does not make sense to your upright description.
Okay.
So in the upright, 4 of swords represents rest, restoration, and contemplation. I deserve rest, peace, and stillness. What's weird about this is the 4 of swords in your deck is a very violent card.
Yeah.
And does not indicate, maybe if we adjust to fit these 3 keywords, maybe it's his battles are done and now it's time for him to reset. But since it's reversed, it would technically be something along the lines of the battle's not over yet. It's not time to hang up your hat.
Given what's next, that does make a lot of sense too.
Yep.
You know what I find also kind of interesting is that next to the judgment card on both sides are 2 reverse swords.
Right, exactly. And then as we talked about last week, judgment is reflection, reckoning, and awakening. It's kind of like coming to terms with things, right? And then the reverse Three of Swords. So in the upright position, it represents heartbreak, suffering, and grief. So this is kind of like the opposite. It's like a rekindling or a positive moment of either stillness, quiet, or contentment.
Interesting.
And remind me that first one, because that first one was.
First one was death, and then before the
yes.
but next to the judgment was Three of Swords in reverse, and then death. Yeah.
So death usually indicates change, but I'm gonna read what this actually says. It says end of a cycle, beginnings, change, and metamorphosis.
Mm-hmm.
So it's basically like it was an end of a cycle and a new beginning that led into a place of contentment, which then leads into a place of like realization, which means there's work to be done leading into the setting of boundaries and defending yourself, essentially. If we do it that way.
Okay.
Like, and this isn't me intuitively reading.
Okay, so wait, can you say that one more time?
Okay, so we have death in the first position, which indicates that there was an end of a cycle and a beginning of a new cycle in this reading, which led into a slight period of quiet and contentment. From that quiet and contentment, there was a moment of realization or a period of realization and reflection to kind of come to terms with things that have happened and that may happen. And then you go into the reverse Four of Swords, which indicates that there's still work to be done. It's not a time to hang up your hat. It's a time to keep pushing through.
Interesting.
And then that led into the Seven of Wands upright, which is the setting boundaries card.
Interesting. Yeah, I think if this is pertaining to me, I think I know what it might be about.
Yeah, and I'm trying not to read too much into you and oust you.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, well, I'll talk about that off stream just because, that's, some.
I am curious. So we'll catch up on the private stuff after.
Okay.
But that was an interesting read, especially since, and I don't know if you gave full context to this. We were just chit-chatting before starting the stream, and you shuffled, and these 5 cards specifically fell out for you in the shuffle, which meant there's something you needed to know.
Yeah, exactly. The saga continues. The saga continues.
Indeed.
So, Mikey, were you able to go over that reading?
Oh.
I was able to skim through it, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so overall themes of that reading were, if I remember correctly, and everybody can call me out if I'm wrong. It started off relatively positive. There was some positivity in the beginning of the week, and then leading into the end of the week, it got a little more challenging and turbulent.
I will send the picture of the layout. I'll send them over to Tari because he's going to actually have the cards and be able to know them. Yep. And I'll send them to you because they don't. So you can see them as well. Some of them, obviously, it was.
Sorry.
There you guys go.
So the first one on the base of the deck, it was the Ace of
Cups.
Ace of Cups, right? Then we have the Sun. Then we have the. What was that? Is that the Eight of Wands?
Looks like Eight of Wands, yes.
Yeah.
Wait, 1, 2.
And then we have the Fool in reverse, and then Judgment at the end.
9 of Wands. So sorry, that's 9 of Wands.
That's 9 of Wands,
actually,
okay.
It looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Judgment at the end.
Yep. What's that one with the cat?
That's the Fool in reverse.
Yes. Okay. Yep. And then, Tariq, go ahead and give us a quick rundown of what the Ace of Cups represents as the overall theme of the week.
The base energy of the pull it's like an opportunity, full of emotion. I mean, cups is water, emotion. Let's see if I can find it in here.
Yeah, and definitely, like, pull it out if you have it.
Let's see. Gotta be in here somewhere. Gotta be in here somewhere.
And I also have my handy dandy guide to go with it.
So here's the Nine of Wands right over here. And then Ace of Cups right next to it. So yeah, if I can remember correctly, you know, there's a happy little fish. He's flowing with the river. You know, he's happy to be a part of this soup. There's a dry bowl of ramen that's getting wet. There are flowers blossoming at the base of the cup. Yeah. I think and aces are opportunities, right?
And it's interesting because I'm using my guide for this one because I'm not connected specifically to your deck, so I don't read your deck well. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
So according to my handy dandy reference, Ace of Cups represents new feelings, spirituality, and intuition. But what struck me as interesting was the affirmation, which is I am ready to experience all the emotions that life presents me with, which I personally feel like that was a good summarization of his week. I think.
Yep.
Interesting.
Yeah. And then we had the sun, which was in the first position. And if I remember correctly, that one was kind of like positivity, joy, success, celebration, and positivity.
Warmth. Yeah.
Yep. And that was at the beginning of the week. And correct me if I'm wrong, I feel like you did kind of start the week off okay initially. There was optimism in there at the beginning of the week.
The week definitely kind of went up and then peaked and then fell off at the end, for sure. It just fucking fell off, bro.
There was an adventure to be had, you know.
Oh wow.
Yeah, we'll get into the nitty gritty here in a minute. X of Wands is resilience, grit, last stand. So basically just like trying to stick with it, basically.
Right.
And that was in the second position, and from my standpoint, that was also accurate.
Oh.
And then, you can this is your
corroborate.
week, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sick of this shit.
Sorry, I was doing something real quick.
So, yeah, the second one was resilience, grit, last stand, and I feel like that was accurate in the second position, like from the beginning of the week going into the middle and half of like the middle of the week.
I feel like the last stand kind of fits it more, not in the standard sense, but more as like how I felt emotionally about the situation, and this was the last thing I could do. There's nothing more afterwards. Kind of blocked. That's what at least I would feel in that terminology of it.
Right.
This one's gonna make me laugh because it's the Fool in reverse. So the Fool upright indicates innocence, new beginnings, and free spirit. But the part that made me laugh was the affirmation for the card upright, which was, I have enough courage and trust in myself to take a leap of faith. Now we turn that around.
Right. Right. And
so
also, like, one thing that I learned pretty recently is that the archetype of the Fool is pretty much interwoven into every single one of the major arcana.
Exactly.
Which is interesting.
Yep.
So like, if we kind of like look at it from that sort of perspective as well, perhaps there's like an inability to aspire to the archetype that comes after that, which is judgment, right?
Yep.
Maybe. I
Yep.
don't know.
So I got more of a. It says free spirit, so I got more of like a trapped. It says new beginnings. It feels more like a stagnation.
Right.
And I'm just reading card for card, but that does sound accurate. Even
About
the
right.
reverse of the affirmation was kind of accurate. And then the judgment, we already covered that card of being the reflection, reckoning, and awakening. And it is upright, so it's like deep in thought all the time.
Would it also be a sort of clarity, perhaps?
I mean, it could be, but
Not in
I
this
don't
scenario.
know. Did you get to clarity, or are you still kind of like snap?
On the part, as at least from what I got out of it, and what I related to, I wouldn't say it was clarity. But there was a resolution that was found, albeit maybe just solving that one problem for this one time.
Right.
But there was a solution that was found and done.
Okay. Interesting.
So good times. Yeah. Oh, my screens went crazy. That was weird. But yeah, so overall, all in all, from an outsider's perspective, the one you did not read, it seemed like his week was very on par with what you said.
Huh. Interesting.
And then it sounds like he's echoing the sentiment, so that was cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, baby. Oh, baby.
With me knowing nothing of it, and then that's why it was like I didn't get the chance to fully like deep dive into the reading before. So I'll DM you stuff later if there's any more that I could add to it later.
Right.
But just through skimming it and then what I'm pulling, thinking about last week, because obviously we did it on the Monday night, so I took it all the way until it was getting close to being time to be done too. So like including today and everything, not just up to Sunday. That's where some of the stuff kind of comes through and kind of makes sense a bit, at least in my mind temporarily.
Gotcha.
It was an adventure.
It
was a week.
You know what I'm kind of.
It's an adventure.
You know what I'm kind of like thinking about, like looking at this sort of poll right now. It's kind of. I don't think it's like linear time. I think it's options.
That could be possible.
Like I'm weighing out two possibilities or whatever this is about. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's possible. I mean,
I know it's probably not a normal way to read it, but like the fact that
no, you should always read where your gut tells you and not necessarily what you're kind of conformed to, right? Like,
right. But like, dude, like even look at this, right? Like this guy is facing this way, this guy, the death is facing this way. It's almost like surrender, change, don't surrender. And fight.
It's a bit of a weird one, I feel like. Because it's hard to tell like what exactly we're trying to read.
Yeah.
Because like it could be a general, but it also could be a situation specific, and it's kind of up to you on that one. Like, where does your gut have you with that?
I think it could be about me, to be completely honest. I feel like it's a very me sort of
kind of thing.
Yeah, like the archetypes at play.
Yeah, which makes sense.
I mean, like, dude, like, look at this too. Like, there's even a third sword over here. This guy's got two swords in his back, and one, like, you know, ready to point down at him again. And then this one's got three pointed, like, just directly into his back. You know, like,
Right.
it's almost like it's almost like an unstoppable force meets an immovable object.
Yeah.
You know? That's kind of like the vibe I get.
It checks out, you know. Like in my head it checks out. So I feel like you may be right.
Mm-hmm.
I also feel like there's a possibility of like there's a situation that's going on in the background that we're not 100% like thinking about.
Right.
So that's kind of my thing there.
Hmm. Interesting.
I think it really just depends on like I don't even know where to go with that,
Yeah,
honestly.
dude, like it's wild. It's
Yeah. Because
and it
it's
all lays on judgment. You know?
yeah, exactly.
That's
So that's
so
kind of like the
funny.
part where it's like really weird because it relies on judgment, and it's like, well, why is it this way? I don't understand.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I think like I I think what should be kind of like stated, right, is that going with one side has an inevitable conclusion.
mhm.
Going with the other side, he seems really optimistic and cocksure that he could get this done, right? But
Right.
there's no guarantee, right?
No, there's never a guarantee, truthfully.
Well, I mean, I feel like death is like ultimate guarantee, right? But
Um,
they both revolve around submission to some extent or another.
in a sense. So don't think about death as death. Think of
Right.
it as like ending of a cycle. Because if you think about death in a metaphysical sense, like if you think about it in the way that I think about it,
Uh-huh.
you're born,
Right.
right? And you live your life and then you die. But then there's a whole afterlife situation that comes into play
Hmm.
after that. So it's not necessarily that you died and you're no more. It's the fact that you were born, you lived a cycle, and then that cycle ended and you started a new cycle. And then if you believe in reincarnation or anything like that, then it
Right.
becomes you come back, you recycle.
I guess what I say like well, I say death is like guaranteed because death is the only thing that is guaranteed in life, right?
Right.
You know, it is an inevitable conclusion, and then the other, I mean, like he's fighting against death. That's a futile battle,
Right.
you know.
Now, I'm going to tap into you a little bit, but I'm
Mhm.
not going to get too personal with
Uh-huh.
it. I've kind of read I'll be honest with you, I
Yeah.
actually did a lot of reading this week.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
fun.
we'll cover that after. It'll
Okay.
go into the clair senses a bit,
Okay.
actually.
All right.
There was something significant, and I feel like it was recent.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if it was something that happened consciously to you or if it was something that occurred in the behind the scenes but does affect you. And
Mm-hmm.
it created a major change there. And I feel like that is what kicks off this whole thing.
Hmm.
And I feel like you had that point there in that Three of Swords reverse where you were. I know what this is about now.
Huh.
It's
I saw that face. I saw that face.
It's super personal. Of course. Okay, so let's keep this as vague as possible, and you and I will dive into specifics because it is very personal after.
Right.
So that death was was legitimately an end of a cycle, but that end of a cycle and that change wasn't necessarily only for you.
Ah.
Ah,
Ah.
there it is.
Uh-huh.
There's the light bulb. I saw it.
Uh-huh.
And then that Three of Swords in the reverse, it's the opposite of heartbreak. It's the opposite of being stabbed in the back. It's holy shit, what is this? Right? Like
Yep. That was
it's the
yesterday.
that it's the oh my god. But it's in a good way. It's the
Yeah.
opposite of loss and grief. There was a little bit of like, oh my gosh, I've gained something. Right?
Yeah, yeah. Energetically, that's what it felt like, actually. Correct, yeah.
Yeah. And then the judgment is kind of like, I don't get that it's really an awakening. I don't really get that it's like anything too crazy. I get like you're pondering something over and over in your head. Like there's something that just keeps replaying in your head and you're trying to make sense of it right now to kind of figure out how it corresponds with things.
Well, okay, so in that sort of regard, there is something that constantly goes on and on in my head, given the situation, the archetypical relationship I found myself in. That is, par for the course.
Right.
But instead of making it about that, I tell myself every time I think about that, no, this is about my spiritual ascension. This is not about that anymore.
Yeah.
So.
And it does show through, right? Like that whole thing, it does show through. It's like for me, when I tap into that, and I'm really, really fun with the graphic images in my head when I read. It's quite amusing for me. It's like the hamster is running on a track, but it's a circular track, and it doesn't realize that it's a circular track. So it just keeps going and going and going. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Purgatory.
It's like I've got to figure out how to get out of here, but you're still going. But then in this circular track, it's not a tube. There's nothing keeping it in that track. It's just in there because it won't look up.
Oh. Isn't that kind of what was it the Four of Cups or Five of Cups that's basically, like not seeing the what's being handed to you because you're looking at the fallen cups instead?
It's in your deck, it's the Five of Cups that's like that. You have two cups that are upright and they're like right there, and then you have the three cups that are kind of like spilled over the side, and it's like, oh.
Yeah.
And then in terms of the next card, so we'll dive into that one a little bit. Reading your deck is kind of weird for me because I'm used to my wolves, so like.
Right.
But it's making sense because I'm actually tapping into you as a person and not the cards.
Interesting. Oh,
so that,
technique. Peep the technique, freak.
Technique.
Let me get into your brain, dude, and live there. So that reverse Four of Swords was the one that really threw me when you originally told me the cards that fell from the deck. But as I'm like tapping into this, there's an uneasiness. There's like a slight uneasiness that pairs with that Judgment card and the energy of the Judgment card and what I see surrounding that. There's like a slight uneasiness, and it's like you can't just settle with it.
Right.
Like there's something in you that's like, no, I've got to keep fucking figuring this out, right?
Right.
And that's where that's at. But then this goes into the boundaries card and protecting yourself, right? And there's gonna be, and that's in the future place technically. I don't even see that it's near future, which is also what's weird. Like, I get you're gonna have like weird things in like 2 weeks. I don't know what that has. I don't even think those 2 weeks have to do with this. If you want honesty, I just got 2 weeks from you, something significant. Completely side note. But this card that's here is like something's gonna happen, and you're gonna have to put down some laws. You're gonna have to put the smack down. You're gonna have to be like, no, this isn't happening anymore. I'm not good with this.
Boundaries. Okay.
And that's your reading.
Thank you. That's That's a pretty intense reading with some pretty intense cards.
I'll be honest, don't ask me to repeat any part of it because I actually don't remember anything that just came out of my mouth.
Oh, that's great. Thankfully, we have it on video.
Yay!
Yay!
Oh.
Um,
Okay.
All right. So what are we doing today? What are we working on today?
So today I wanted to cover with you the clair senses, and I'm bringing this up for this specific stream because you had mentioned them in passing last week, and I was like, you know what? You're intuitive enough that I think we could maybe hone in on a couple of them
Cool.
and see how that works for you.
All right.
So we're just gonna do a quick overview. There's a number of them. I created a chart for myself because obviously I just don't remember things. I just do them.
Right.
There's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 clair senses in total. And some of your clair senses may be stronger than the others, and there could be a case where all of them are dimmed, or all of them are wide freaking open, and you're getting a combination of things at once.
Okay.
So there's clairvoyance, which is also clairseeing. So you receive information through visions or mental images, or you can see auras. These are those people. So like I kind of did with you, and I described the hamster wheel. That's clairvoyance. That's seeing a visual of what you're trying to read, or the message.
An archetype, essentially.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Correct. Couple of other examples. So like, what was it, last night? I'm gonna say it was last night. Yeah. One of our family members / dearest friends was having a really rough go, and she pulled me aside, and just out of habit I went into reading mode, because when I go into reading mode I project the calm energy outward in order to be able to get into what they're feeling and where they're at.
Interesting.
So it helped, one, bring her down from what she was feeling, but also when I described it to her, I said, I'm reading you. Can you feel me? And she said she did affirm she could feel me reading her. And I said, I want you to know that even if anybody else says that they know how you're feeling or what you're feeling, I legitimately know what you are feeling. I see it. I feel it. It's hitting me like a ton of bricks. And what I'm seeing is you're in the middle of an ocean, and you've already swum up so far, and you're stuck, and you don't want to swim anymore because you're tired, but you see the light at the top, but it feels so far away. And so that's kind of like, and there was affirmation in that, right? But it's like, that's how clairvoyance works. The other, yeah. So if you've ever had a random image in your head, or you see a certain number, a certain letter, or a face, that's clairvoyance. And then there's also clairaudience. So clairaudience, audio, hearing, clear hearing. It's where you receive information through hearing voices, sounds, or like other things. So for example, talking to dead people, sometimes you can hear their voices, right? You can hear certain phrases that just come out of nowhere, or say you have a certain song associated with a specific person or a specific memory, and you're kind of just going, and all of a sudden that song is playing in your head and you have no idea why. Clairaudience. There's clairsentience, which is clear feeling, and that's when you're hit by that person's emotions. You feel their emotions, you feel physical sensations, like if they're feeling physical pain somewhere, you'll feel it in the same place.
There's one person that I feel clairsentience with a little too frequently.
I figured, because before you even sighed, I was like, and my gut turned a little bit. And then you also feel energy shifts that person has too. So like in other people, especially if you're really connected, and it also goes with places or situations, like you just feel the different energies. That can also be considered being an empath. Empaths are very, very strong in clairsentience. That is their like number one greatest sense, is clairsentience if you're an empath. And then you had mentioned claircognizance last week, so
Yeah.
that's considered clear knowing.
Yeah.
And that's just receiving information like a freight train just smacked you in the face. Like you have no idea why you know it.
Yeah.
You have no logical reason as to why you know it, but you know
Right.
it.
Yeah.
And that's that, right?
Right.
I don't really experience these ones very often, and I will say this next one, when I say, does anybody else smell this? Everybody else in the family thinks I'm having a stroke
Oh wow.
or a mini stroke. Because there's weird stuff. Clear aliens is clear smelling. So it's like you get random scents or smells associated with like people or places
I've had that with
information.
taste. I've had it with taste before once.
Ah, that's the next one.
Ah, interesting.
That's the next one. So the clear aliens is like, say, I'll smell random stuff like someone's barbecuing, but I'm in the middle of the house and obviously Mikey's not barbecuing. Obviously we
Right.
wouldn't let the kids barbecue inside the house or at all, right?
Right.
But I'm just smelling barbecue and I'm like, hey,
Or would I?
or would you? You probably would. But it's like, does anyone else smell this? No, are you having a stroke or something?
No, you're just next to an Indian man, huh?
Yeah, you know, curry. Right? But yeah, so that's clear smelling. But then there's clear good sense, which is the clear tasting that you experience. And that's like you have memories or a person or like a place that you associate with a certain taste.
Want to hear
And
my
they're not
story of
physically
when I
there.
had it?
Give it, because
Okay.
I don't have that one.
Okay,
I don't have that
so I was at my mom's house the other day. Not the other day. This is like 2-3 years ago or something like that. And I took a sip of some milk that was apparently rotting in the fridge, and I just spat it out. No, it was a cheese. It was a rotten cheese, and I was like,
Ew.
you know, right away into the sink. And then that night when I went to sleep, right before I woke up, I saw the Tesla stocks, and that taste came into my mouth again, and I had some money there in the stocks, and then I woke up and the stock just dropped like exponentially.
No.
Yeah. That was crazy.
Aw.
Yeah. And I wish that would happen more frequently.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You know.
Yep. Yeah, it's a good indicator of like, hey, this is what's going on, right?
You know,
it's
but like you know
interesting.
what the funniest thing is too? It's kind of like I had to taste the opposite
The
end
rotten
spectrum of
Yeah.
of good in order to, I guess, get that logged into my database.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that kind of like makes me think like, does trauma essentially open you up to these senses?
Some can argue yes. Some argue that certain experiences in life, like traumatic experiences, can open these senses wider.
Right.
Some argue that young children, are already born with this ability, and as they get older, they actually close it down.
Oh.
And then there are people who are born with the ability, continue to foster the ability, strengthen the abilities, and then their clair senses continue growing with them, and then they become able to use them at will.
Right.
Or more so just all the time, because you can't shut them off all the time.
Right. What's it called when you can like taste colors and see sounds?
Acid? No, I'm just kidding. No, I think that kind of falls into a little bit of.
I know it. I just don't know how to pronounce it. It's like synesthesia.
It's synesthesia. Synesthesia. Yeah.
Synesthesia.
Yep. So, and that can play into it a little bit too, right? Because if you think about it, everything is multidimensional, and there can be a taste associated with a color. There can be a feeling associated with a color. There can be a sound associated with a color. Even though we know that color is a visual object, there's other senses that we tie into that specific color. So, for example, if you think blue, you see the color blue, you know it's visually blue,
Mhm.
but then you think of a song and you're kind of like, oh, I'm kind of sad song, right? And
Right.
then taste, like, oh, like something bland, or I don't know what you would associate with
What's
blue, but
sad? Yeah, with blue.
yeah,
Seafood.
sadness, yeah, hate.
Seaweed. Salad.
Yep, yep.
Speaking of
So,
sad, my dog is whimpering. What's going on, Doge?
Oh no,
no, jackpot,
dude.
why?
Jackpot, come here. Everybody wants to see you. Come here.
Give me love, fuckers.
Come here. Come here. Come here, dude.
Yay!
Everybody loves you, Jackpot. Don't even trip, Doge.
He's like, hey guys.
Read the cards. Read the cards. What does the Doge deck say?
Psychic Doge. Tell us some more, Jackpot.
Miss Cleo
He's like-
Doge.
Miss Cleo.
He's like, I see quite a lot in the cards here, and it's not looking great. I'm all over here now.
I don't want to look at them anymore.
They hurt me. They hurt my insides. Help. Yep. He's like, I'm camera shy, guys.
He's so camera shy. Can you tap into Jackpot's energy?
He's kind of like, dude, why am I up here? I'm not digging this. I wanted something like a treat, but I'm like, what? He's like, I just wanted love-ins and like a treat, and you put me on this chair, and this is kind of like not cool. Okay, he's slowly chilling, but he's still like, why the fuck am I up here? Like legitimately, he's like, seriously, why? I'll take the billiards, but why the fuck am I here, dude?
Mlem.
There was that slight thought of my dad is kind of weird. But,
Boy,
yeah.
does he know that better than
yeah.
anybody.
Okay, and now he's kind of like low-key trying to figure out how to get the fuck out of here without getting hurt or hurting you. So he's like, how the fuck do I, there's a desk there's like open, but then I'd have to jump over the arm of the chair and your arm. Shit, and I can't go the other way because there's not enough room. Surrender, acceptance. Not happy about it.
It's his Doge sense. Did you hear that squeal? Did you hear that whimper?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the let me down because this is not cool, dude. There he goes, and now he's gonna run away. He's like, I'm out. Can't do it. No, sir. Yeah.
Sir.
It's like, here, allow me to read your dog. This is how it feels at this very moment. But yeah, so the clairsenses are interesting, and you've already said you experienced clairgustance, and out of the other 6, like, what would you say you experienced, and do you want to dive into
I
anything?
think I experience claircognizance, though it's been a while since I feel like I've gotten that. I mean, like, ever since that incident a few years ago, like, I feel like a lot of my intuition has kind of been shot. Or maybe the old version of it has, and I just need to basically sprout some new wings to a certain extent. The butterfly needs to go into a cocoon, another cocoon, so to say.
Yeah.
And then become a phoenix.
Completely different animals.
They both have wings. They both have wings, okay? A butter phoenix. I'm a butter phoenix.
I just had the weirdest image of that.
Well, technically, the archetype of the butterfly and the phoenix are kind of similar in
transformation and rebirth.
Yeah, but like one of them constantly rebirths, and the other one, and the one just has to do it once.
Molting.
Right. So yeah, I think claircognizant. Yeah, not I think claircognizance. Well, literally, I think claircognizance. And just that clairgustus, you said.
Yep, and the clairgustance.
Clairgustance.
Yep, the tasting.
Yeah. Okay, I just wanted to make sure that I got it right. Yeah, I've only experienced that once.
Okay. it was present, but not fully present, right?
I mean, when I felt it, it was like I was tasting that fucking ball of cheese again.
Yeah.
You know, don't try this at home. By the way, don't try this at home.
Don't eat rotten cheese.
Yeah, don't eat rotten cheese. You'll regret it. Your stomach will regret it, and you know, you'll be very unhappy.
It'll be a bad time.
Very bad time.
So we could do some kind of practice. I think the
Okay.
easiest one for you
Mm-hmm.
to practice on a call would probably be clairvoyance or clairsentience.
Yeah, clairvoyance is when you see the image, right?
Clairvoyance is where you see, and clairsentience, I can't say that one as well, but it's where you feel.
Got it. Oh yeah, yeah. I've clairsentience, as I said, yeah, I've experienced that, but with a very specific person.
But with a specific person. Now you can, since you can do it with the one person, you can actually widen that out slowly.
Oh really? Kind of
Oh,
stretch
it's
it out.
great.
Huh.
Yeah, people will be like, "Man, I'm hurting," and I'm like, "Is it right over here, like right below your rib, and this side kind of feels like this?" And like, how did you know? Yeah, because he gave it to me too. Thanks, buddy.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
Shit.
and that's like, fuck.
Shit.
So, since I mirror the emotions of the people around me already out of like habit, Mikey, I'm gonna throw you under the bus. Tap into Mikey's feelings.
Me? Okay.
Yeah. Yep. See if you can, and also turn off all logic in this. Don't think, don't observe, don't anything. Just stare and feel. Like you should be going off of intuition only, and no logic whatsoever.
I don't know what this word means. I've heard it before, I think. Undulation. Is that a word?
That's a good question. Let me Google. Because I equally don't know if that's actually a word or
yeah,
not.
maybe.
It is. Undulation. Oh shit, it is a word. The action of moving smoothly up and down.
Weird.
That's a weird definition.
Yeah.
It's a weird word for this one.
As long as it doesn't have anything to do with the fact that my leg bounces up and down constantly anyways, so like, I'm like, that's the only thing going up and down right now, not, especially on stream here. Right?
I mean, like the image that comes in my head when I say undulation is like kind of like how waves, like sound waves go like...
Okay, so there's that mood shifting up and down is what you're getting at.
Interesting.
I think.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm not tapping into you. I'm making you do this.
Yeah. I mean, that's what would make sense. I mean, you know, I that's what I was inferring. Let's see. So tired. I'm so tired.
I hear that a lot. Out loud. Actually.
Yeah.
All the time.
I say that way too much.
I'm so tired.
Really, you're secretly an old man, but that's fine, right? Like,
we're all old men here.
I've been an old man for way too long.
Be like 80 inside, and it's a little creepy.
Is anything else open? Just the two doors I did?
I closed the other door.
Okay, because AC's on.
Oh,
I'm getting like a pit, like right where like a little above the belly button, but like around the belly button. Maybe it's just me feeling my fucking. I don't
Kind
know.
of like an anxiety. Hun, do you have anything?
Almost an
Oh.
anxiety thing, but like.
Hey, is your stomach upset?
Mine?
Yeah, yours.
No.
No, it feels like
I'm drinking a beer.
it feels like a dull anxiety.
Like a tightness in a way, but not like a firm grip. It's like a.
Like it's more of a worry, not like a panic.
Yeah, exactly.
It's almost like a slight pit. The way I see it is a slight pit.
Yeah, slight pit.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. I can see that, yeah.
Well, I chose my words carefully.
I'm sure you did, hun.
Yeah, I mean, like, other than that, like, it's, I don't know. Yeah.
That worked. Okay, so now, babe, can you affirm or deny anything that he said?
That's why I chose those words carefully. That's what I just said.
Okay.
Like a worry, not a panic.
Right.
Okay, so that's your affirmation there. I know who you can read, and it's gonna be a little weird, so you're just gonna have to roll with it. We're gonna bring on a special guest.
Oh boy, here we go.
Yeah, give me 1 second. Let me get the creature.
The creature, she calls them.
We need you for an experiment. Come here. Yeah. Okay, go sit in my chair for a moment. I want you to stare deeply into the camera without falling out of my chair because it's bad for you. Stare deeply into the camera.
That he's doing it pretty deeply.
Yeah.
Okay, so Tariq, what you're gonna do is you're going to read this little human. Okay.
Oh god, this is gonna be a tough read. He's got some expressions going on for him. He's got a lot of masks.
Yep, but you're not looking at his face, and I don't want to surface emotions because this child, I'm gonna be real honest with you. This kid shields his own emotions because he's an empath and he projects comfort to others.
Ah, interesting.
So now you're going to have to read his own emotions and not the emotions that he takes from other people. And we'll also take off the filter to make him feel official. That was very aggressive.
Wow.
Okay. And then we'll have him confirm it after. So go for it. Matthew, sit normal, please. Theo. Was hatte ich gesagt? Setzen Sie normal, bitte.
It's normal as always, just like, ugh.
The word that pops into my head is sulk. But you don't seem like a sulker.
No, keep going. Just keep talking. He can't hear you.
Okay.
So we're gonna run it through with him here after. I'm gonna break it down with him because that's a good word. Keep going. And keep in mind, this is my offspring. There's an emotional tie, so I read this one regularly. I feel him and he feels me all the time.
Next word that comes to my head is boundaries.
Mm-hmm. Can you dive deeper into that one? Can you see an image of who? Can you describe?
I think he is putting up a boundary. If you catch my drift.
You? Yeah, is it against you or is it against another person?
I think it's towards me to a certain extent.
Okay, so here's the fun part of reading empaths. So Matthew is actually an empath. My child has the abilities, and his strongest sense is clairsentience. Now, the thing when you read an empath is empaths can feel when other people are reading them, and they would rather read other people and take their emotions or provide comfort. So it is absolutely normal that he is unconsciously putting up a wall to keep you out. And I think there's a semi-conscious wall, actually. So it's
Yeah.
like half conscious, half unconscious
Hmm.
that he is blocking you out. Dive deeper, drill into it.
All right.
Just imagine a jackhammer just breaking the wall down. He's reading you. He's reading your feelings, but I don't want your surface emotions. I want your inner depths.
There's something about broken promises.
Yep.
There's something
Accurate.
about broken promises in there.
So far, Matthew, I'm gonna do a quick recap with you. So Tariq is reading your innermost emotions, and he started at surface, but he's going deeper, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the first word that he found was sulk. Sulk is kind of like the moping. An analogy would be moping. So that is like just and then he indicated boundaries, and he indicated broken promises. Do these feel accurate? Dive in deep.
I can't hear him, but
He said the boundaries, yes. He's not sure about the moping one, but definitely the boundaries. And what'd you say about the broken promises? He's not 100% sure about the broken promises, but I think I know where that one's for.
Okay.
Actually.
Let's go deep. Let's try. Breathe.
Well, so the fun part about this is you can't hear anything he's saying because you're distracted. So I have him reading you because you'll derail what he's actually finding. I'm gonna need you to stop reading my Discord messages while you're sitting at my computer, son, please. Yeah, just ignore it. Stop looking at the Discord. You're distracting.
Clearly, there is a curiosity component.
There's an extreme curiosity component.
I don't think that counts as me reading, but
no. There's a crossing of boundaries here. When he's at my computer, I'm having conversations. He also cannot tune out of my feelings, unfortunately, too. But to touch on your sulking, boundaries, and broken promises, so we're going to actually reveal a little bit about Mateo since he came up here to live with us. So Matthew, when he came to live with us, was struggling with depression. And prior to coming to be with us, he had suicidal ideation. Since moving here, he has been on the up and up and slightly improving, and he's been doing that by setting boundaries with his trigger individual. And the broken promises can also fall into false statements, and false narratives and false everything that actually had to do with where he came from and that specific person to now. And now he's feeling very uncomfortable because I just aired his dirty laundry on Twitch, and he's making a face. And he also spaced out into his nothing box to kind of block those memories.
So you got he inherited the disassociation.
He really did. He's good at it. Okay, Theo, that's it. Thank you. Say bye. No, waves. They can't hear you. Okay, now go away.
Yeah, dude, that's hard. That's hard. Like, I feel as though that, like, with something like tarot or like astrology, you at least have like the visual component behind it, you know.
Yep.
And it takes a lot of faith with that sort of stuff. It's kind of like
you really dive in.
Right.
So here's what we're gonna do. I actually want to switch from clairsentience because I don't want you to try to feel what I feel inside. It's not. It's
Trust
very
me, with
dark
what
in
was
there.
running through my head this weekend, I think
Yep.
I think I can handle anything.
If you
Famous
want to
last
read me
words.
clairsentiently, that's up to you. But I will give you a fair warning. It is dark as frickin' there, despite the
Mm,
bubbly outward
right,
appearance.
right.
So I leave that in your hands. Otherwise, we can move to the other
When?
sense.
Okay, question. When
Yeah.
were you doing the reading on me? Like you said
Which
you did some
time?
readings, huh? Oh, okay. Was there by chance? Was there by chance a reading done on me on what was it? Either Friday night or was it Saturday? Saturday night? A little less Saturday night. There was
I
something
don't.
Friday.
So I don't think I actually read for you on Friday or Saturday, but I will
Okay.
say on Saturday there was a lot of energy
Uh huh.
happening, and I was receiving messages like wildfire from every direction.
Oh wow.
And it was almost like a holy shit overwhelm situation, and I was also emotionally heightened at the same time, so it was
Oh
just like an
wow.
overflow. So, and typically when I do that, intuitive persons equally get hit with that if I have any kind of connection with them.
Got it. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
Um,
Friday night. Whew. I'll talk about this with you off stream, but yeah, like,
we're gonna have to dive in after.
well, yeah,
Hmm.
like, I'll just say this. It was kind of like the egoic mind was, you know, in the movies when like the bad guy realizes that he's freaking done for, so he like grabs a hostage and he's like, I'll fucking do it, don't make me fucking do it,
Yeah,
and then like the hostage gets away and then he's like, he puts the gun to his mouth, he's like, I'll fucking do it, and they're like, no, don't do it.
it's so
It
weird
was,
because
huh.
the two words I got were pure chaos. Like before you even started describing it, it
Yeah.
was like, holy shit, pure chaos, lots of discourse, lots of arguing, lots of just everywhere. Like,
It was just I mean, like the arguing was in my head. It was all in my head, so to say. But yeah,
yeah,
it was like, yeah, I'll tell you about it a little later. But yeah, it
yeah,
was,
let's catch up on that off camera.
yeah.
But yeah, no, I didn't read for you on Friday. We didn't. I kind of, I'll be honest, I mentally checked out Friday night.
Really
Entirely. I mentally and energetically just checked out on Friday night. I was pretty much done.
interesting.
And then on Saturday on our side, we had a little bit of chaos. And because of the chaos and because of the heightened emotions, I ended up opening too far,
Oh,
um, and started getting everything left and right while also having my emotions pour into the undertones of all the messages I was getting. So it was just
right.
like way too much. And it projects outwardly too. So it like hits outward like a wave. It's kind of wild. But um yeah, no, I think for you, I mean, I read you when I read your cards,
Uh
like earlier in the stream, and then I read you, I think for last week's stream, if I remember correctly, I read you a few times, not like full intentionally, but it
uh
just, I was just getting messages during our conversations while you
uh
were traveling, and it was just
uh.
like, I'll just tell you the messages, screw it, what harm will it do?
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was kind of the extent of the reading. I try to respect people's privacy as much as possible, unless I'm like
Right.
right there and I can't like fight it.
Right.
Um, but yeah, yeah. I'm also being stared at by a mini human off camera, so it made it even more awkward. But what I would say is, if you want to do the clairsentient and attempt on me, you can.
Uh-huh.
I would say if you're afraid of the darkness in my head, which I wouldn't blame you, we can move over to clairvoyance, and then it becomes a
I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid.
go for it. You can
Okay.
air as much of my dirty laundry on here as you want, but do it intuitively and just only focus on my feelings and like the undertones of my thoughts. Don't actually speak my thoughts out loud, please.
I don't think I'll be able to get to that point. At least
It's
for
just
some
in
round.
case.
Just in case. We'll get you there eventually, but just in case, don't air don't
Got
air
it.
anything you might get for that.
Got it. That's an AOL. Just throw that out. I feel like if I like could write something down just sporadically. Hold on, let me get a.
Yeah, get a notebook and a pen if that helps, and then just start jotting down. And my brain does not work in a single stream of consciousness. It kind of ping pongs
Got it.
and then trickles.
Okay, 1 second.
Yep, you'll probably definitely need the notebook. Yeah. I'm also not gonna lie, there's like a part of me that's really craving a peanut butter sandwich right now. Not really part of the reading, but
All right. I couldn't find any paper, so I'm using the back of this envelope over here. All right. And we are off.
okay, go for it.
Just keep looking out just in case, like we have a lemur or somebody that wants to pop in.
Oh yeah, they can be guinea pigs too. That's always exciting.
Mm-hmm.
All right. For some reason, this is like the first thing, I think was just me saying something out to like what I associate with inspiration, which is fire, right? So fire, caught, hill, sudden hurt, deafening, weird, Pratt, as in maybe Chris Pratt. Plum, severance, stillness. If people were fighting, I don't want to have anything to do with it. Sleep hell. Gradually, wait, sit, gradually fighting.
Interesting. Okay, here's what I want you to do. Throw those in our PMs or DMs or whatever they're called on Discord.
Uh-huh.
Write those down for me.
Okay.
And we'll go through them one by one. And we'll see how this goes.
Alright, 1 second.
The plum one was a little weird, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, Plum. Where you are? Okay, there you are.
There I am. A few of those made me chuckle, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. There were a few that made me chuckle. Oh. Blue is raging and is Cajun.
Despite all his rage, he's still just a dog in a cage.
Still just a
He is.
doggo in a cage.
Look at us creating raps. Woo! Okay. Let's start with. Oh, buddy. All right. Yeah. There's a lot that these kind of come to terms with. Fire. It's in there. It's like a burning in the pit of my stomach. It's like a right?
Right.
Caught is an interesting one because it's actually a bit of the opposite. Like a person thought they caught me in something, but in reality it's the reverse.
Interesting.
And then also like we're still reliving the remnants of this weekend, right? And then we got kind of caught up in that, if you want to look at it. But it's more of like a kind of like an entrapment feeling, and that sudden hurt that actually resonates with yesterday afternoon. I got a message that stabbed really hard in the worst possible way. It wasn't accurate by any means, but it's still hurt.
Right.
A lot. And then deafening is like, I guess, the mental chatter in my head, because in all, the chatter like never stops. It's like constant.
Right.
And then that's like, and that's just my own mental chatter. That's not including the messages I get for other people.
Got
or
it.
Like anything I hear in the background, like residual
So
energy.
that Gemini energy, yo.
Yeah, the scatter, the strutting, the never-ending circle of what the hell. Pratt is actually funny because that is a term I use in a derogatory sense quite often about.
Pratt?
Yeah, what a prat.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, like, and I don't use it often, but I
That's
use
weird, dude.
Right,
Like,
and
I've heard you say it a few times. You don't say it too often, like openly.
No, but when it's like, but I think about it, and there's like select individuals that I save that word for. So it's like, oh, what a fucking prat. Yeah, so it's like, okay. The plum is weird. Do you mean did you get the color or the fruit?
That is just a word that just came into my head. Maybe it was just an AOL, you know.
I mean, at one point when you were reading my feelings, I was like staring at the different font colors on your Discord thingy. So that could be it. I don't know.
I think it was an AOL. I think that probably was an AOL more so than anything else, you know.
That one was a weird one. Severance. Yeah, it's kind of like and in this case, it's like losing a piece of self or losing
Hmm.
a piece of life. It's like I'm coming to terms with a piece of me that I'm trying to get rid of, if
Hmm.
that makes sense.
Okay.
Um,
Right.
Stillness. Um, Ironically enough, there was a point where I actually felt you going to my head, and it kind of like resorted in a physical pain, and I shut down and went,
Really?
yeah, I can
Whoa.
feel when people are trying to get in there. So I shut down, and
Huh.
then I create this thing where it's like my brain sounds like a little,
So is that the only time that that kills a mental chatter?
um, sort of. Like sometimes it's in there still, and I just like put it behind like a wall. Like if you think
Right.
of my brain,
Uh huh.
the way that my brain, I see it as like a storage unit,
Uh
and
huh.
there's multiple boxes, and it's like there's some boxes in the front, and then there's some stuff in the middle, and then there's some stuff in the back.
Uh huh.
And I'll have all of this stuff. Like you go to the boxes in the front, and I'm like, that's my shit. Let me take my valuables and put it in the back, and then I just go,
Right.
right?
Right.
So it goes behind like a wall a little bit, and then you can't
But
get
what I
to it.
find kind of funny is that like, and I think this kind of speaks to the way that like my mind gets to know people, and it's more so the stuff that they keep in the back that I'm able to like kind of not latch onto, but I gets revealed to me, so to say. Like that Pratt thing is weird, dude.
That was a,
That
yeah,
Pratt
and
thing
it's
is
funny,
fucking weird.
and it's not a word everybody uses. So when
No,
you
no,
said
I think you're the
Pratt, I
first
started,
person.
yeah, and I started laughing because I was like, not everybody uses Pratt. So I was like, and then you said it, and I was giggling inside. Um, And then actually, I'm going to touch on one thing. If people were fighting, I don't want to have anything to do with it.
Yeah.
That is actually one of my trauma behaviors. When someone starts yelling or people start fighting, I
Uh-huh.
start drawing inward and trying to escape. So that flight kicks in.
Right.
And then sleep, hell.
Well, that's pretty obvious.
That's I have a hard time getting to sleep, so that
Right.
is accurate. I have a hard time getting
Mhm.
to sleep. Like for example, he knocked out at fuck almost as soon as we laid down,
Uh-huh.
basically, and like as soon as the conversation was done, he was
Right.
um but I was up for at least 2 or 3 more hours. And I had nothing. We didn't have the TV on. I didn't have any music. I only looked at my phone maybe like for 5 minutes one time. Um, yeah, and I was just laying there tossing and turning. And then when I finally do get to sleep, most of my dreams are nightmares, or dreams where I'm getting messages about stuff.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well,
Um,
and it's also the fighting thing. That's something you literally said too this weekend. We were talking about that because it's the well, it's
okay.
like if these two people have problems, it's not our fight. It's not our problem. Like we don't want to be part of it.
Oh
Right.
yeah, I did say those words. Yeah,
Yeah.
that checks out. Checks out. Um, and then sit, I'm sitting.
Yeah.
I don't
Well,
know.
really.
I guess. I mean, seems that way. Look at the chair. And then gradually fighting. Do you have anything deeper on that, or is that kind of just like
In my head, when I say that, like it's kind of like gaining momentum in the fight. That's the way I
I
kind
know
of see it. You know what I mean?
exactly what that has to deal with when you say it that way.
Right.
And that's something we'll cover offline.
Right.
So that's an offline topic, but because that'll get nitty gritty
Right.
and we don't need to air that. But to sum it up in an on camera friendly way, there's a struggle that's been going on, and I've been gaining more and more momentum as we go.
Traction.
Kind of
Yeah.
like Yeah, kind of like a locomotive. Like if you imagine
Right.
a steam locomotive when it
Chugga,
first
chugga,
starts,
chugga, chugga,
it's
chugga,
slow,
chugga.
and then once it's got the momentum, it continues pretty fast.
So
Um,
yeah, it's like a Thomas the Tank Engine or like a diesel? Because that's an important question.
Wow.
We go hard on the
That's
Thomas
what
the
we're
Tank Engine
going
lore
with.
here.
It's gotta be Diesel.
Okay.
Gotta be Diesel. Thomas
Well, yeah,
is
but
too happy.
because Diesel's a shit disturber, so like
Yeah, and
just...
Thomas is just too happy. He's just like, ah, ah, and then Diesel's like, no, screw you. I'm gonna F up your life today. Let's go. Like, it's
One
fine.
thing Tariq didn't expect is just the tank engine lore.
Yeah, I know,
Like, how we just
right?
dove right in. Yeah. But yeah, so that was pretty accurate, actually. You did pretty well, especially considering I threw that wall in there for a minute.
Yeah, dude, I'm just that Pratt thing is just fucking throwing me for a
Wild.
loop. Like, you know, I mean, like with all the other ones, yeah, I mean, like, you know, it could be like, you know, stuff, subconscious stuff that, like, you know, I remember about you, you know, to a certain extent, and then projecting that. But that Pratt one, that is.
I literally think Mikey is the only one in my entire life, like literally, that has ever actually heard me say and call someone a prat out loud.
Huh.
I normally don't say it out loud. I'll think it in my head
Right.
all the time.
Right.
But I think he's the only person in ever who's heard it out loud.
It's fucking crazy, dude.
Yeah. So that was cool.
Yeah.
That was fun.
God
and the
damn.
exact words. If people are fighting, I don't want to have anything to do with it.
Yeah.
I said it word for word. So that was cool too. But yeah, I mean, for clairsentience, you did really good. Like really good.
Thanks.
And I tried really hard not to like push you out of there. That was exciting. But yeah, and then I mean, the other senses are very similar. If you continue to practice them, if you do like certain exercises, so with like clairsentience, go up to a person, kind of prefer someone you know that you can ask if you can do this. Don't do it to random people on the street. That's just awkward, right?
Yeah.
Like, ask a friend, like, hey, can I tap into your feelings for a minute? Can I see if I can tell what you're feeling? And then just recite it back to them, and then like just spout the bullshit, spout the nonsense, and see if any of it can them and have them respond back with it.
I will invite someone onto the show next time.
Yes.
And then we can experiment with them.
Yeah, and I mean we can go through a different sense each week until we get through all of them, because that's the best way to practice this.
So are you saying that I have to eat some rotted cheese again?
I would prefer you did not,
Right.
for both your taste buds and your digestive system.
Right, and I'm sure you're...
Oh, so no blue cheese, right?
The
God,
blue cheese
right.
is very good, right? But we don't use the blue cheese in India. We use the brown cheese, huh?
Brown cheese, the Famunda cheese, right?
Oh my god! Yeah, with the poulet fromage, but no, oh my god. Ass. Where did you guys
Oh.
That's horrible.
That's the way things go standard in here.
Oh my gosh, I can't. That's just Thank you for that. But yeah. Any
I can put
questions?
some on some toast.
No, I think that's pretty cool. Okay, so let's go off stream. Let's end this. Let's
And let's chat about the other shit.
Yeah. All right. Bye everybody.
Bye.